All right, welcome to the piano. So traditionally speaking, over a 2-5-1, the most common chord progression in jazz. And let's go in the key of C here. So we'd have a D minor 7 for our 2 chord, a G7 for our 5, and then a C major for our 1. So traditionally speaking, most people will play kind of a Dorian sound, Dorian scale sound over the 2 chord, that minor chord. And again, Dorian is just, scale to be 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, natural 6, flat 7, 1, and then maybe some sort of altered or Mixolydian sound on the 5. And that's nice, and then maybe resolve into some sort of major when you get to the 1. And even when you're bebopping, they're still going to be kind of thinking along those lines. It's still kind of thinking basic structure here of Dorian. And that's one nice sound. And it's cool, I use it all the time. But, if you're playing a whole night's worth of music and this is all you're using the whole time, your audience is going to get kind of bored. So here's this really cool little trick you can do on the 2 chord to start adding some excitement to it. So instead of thinking Dorian for the 2 chord, what you can do is just do this small little substitution and use altered scale on the 2 chord instead. So this is going to mean that we're going to, instead of play D minor for the 2, we would play a D7 instead. Really pretty. Right? Hear that small little decoration there? Okay, just that small little scale substitution that brings this whole new flavor there. Really sounds a lot more exciting, right? So yes, I realize that normally you'd have a 2 chord there and then it's minor, and I made it dominant. What's going on there? Well, in jazz, this is one of the great things about this art form is you can change things around. As long as you end up in the same spot, you can kind of paint in slightly different ways. And, it's all about creativity and coming up with new ideas. So I highly recommend that you start practicing this altered sound. Get it in your bag of tricks. Now, if you want to learn more modern techniques like this and learn a lot of the scales and sounds that today's top musicians need to really have in their playing, we actually have a course that breaks down all the scales and chords that you need to know. And it's taught by legendary jazz piano artist David Garfield. And David's played with some of the biggest names in jazz, people like George Benson, David Sanborn, Freddie Hubbard. He's played with Cher, Michael McDonald, the rock legend Eddie Van Halen. He's a monster musician. And he actually breaks down his whole improvisation system on film. So I would highly recommend you pick up a copy of that. It's a very popular course. People really enjoy it. So enjoy your practicing. Make sure you're getting into some substitutions on your 2s and your 5s using altered. Expand your creativity at the keyboard and you will not regret it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you at Freejazzlessons.com.